Hey everyone, I am Justin. I want to welcome you to the Havoc Rundown. Tonight we're switching things up and bringing you an episode that's all about great conversation, reflections, and some laid-back vibes. We have a special guest tonight from our sister podcast Behind the Bots, who will be helping us dive into the October 26th event, sharing our thoughts on the highlights of the year so far, and of course looking ahead to the finals. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and join us for an easygoing chat that's less structured, more spontaneous. This is going to be a fun one. Let's get started. But as you know, I can't do this all by myself, so joining me this episode is, I hear that he has a new game for us. It's Ryan Hunter.
Hello there.
He is definitely going to be choosing Blue Marlin for finals. It's Thomas Carroll.
Feed the fish.
And our guest contributor this episode is a master of bot recording and the best damn pineapple man I have ever seen. It's Luke Stangle.
I can't stop doom scrolling. Help me.
As we know, seeing the October, you were a great pineapple on that desk, Luke.
Oh yes, I remember.
Yeah, thanks. I looked like a pineapple that you put into the fridge and then you forget about for like 2 months. Other than that, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So we didn't see you just come up on the camera. I think Justin and I were both busy at the moment, and then suddenly we both turn and look at the screen, and here's you as a pineapple, and Chris is grapes, and we're both like, what is going on today?
I could give you the context because it's kind of a funny story. So we were in our production call like 2 weeks before the event, and I mentioned on the call, I was like, hey, this is gonna be really cool if we could get approval to wear costumes on the stream. And they're like, yeah, absolutely. We're all gonna be dressing up. It's gonna be like a Halloween event. And so we're trying to figure out, like, oh, should we go like as a group? Should we be like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Should we be like maybe like Back to the Future? Like kind of like we were trying to think of like big ensemble things. And Kyle pipes up and he goes, we should be really generic fruits and vegetables. like we should be like your teachers in elementary school all decided to go together as like fruits or vegetables. It's gonna be really cute, right? And I was like, okay, all right, here. What we're gonna do, we're gonna be fruits and vegetables. And we're gonna be going on and like, you know, the live chat's gonna be kind of speculating what the next fruit or vegetable is going to be. And then in the middle of the day, probably like 6 hours into the stream, Ricky is going to get on, and he has to be an incredibly elaborate, cursed Victorian child. Like, just like we forgot to tell him, he didn't get the memo, and like he is coming on, like just high frilly lace collar and everything, just looking like he's 250 years old. And yeah, that was the concept. Ricky really wanted to go as David S. Pumpkin, so we went with that instead. But Ricky got the memo that he did dress up as a fruit.
He does a good David S. Pumpkins, though. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I love that Ricky is getting more and more chaotic with every single event. Like, you know, he also broke out the puppet.
God, that puppet. That was another thing that we were literally doing something, and we looked over and we went, "Wow, what is that? What are they doing?"
Okay, but what fruit would Ricky have been had he dressed up as a fruit? These are the hard-hitting questions that you can only get on the podcast.
I don't know. Probably like Ricky loves to be unique, so he'd probably be like a pomegranate or something.
Ooh.
Like a
dragon fruit?
I was gonna say dragon,
like a durian, you know.
Yeah. Ooh, durian. That's a good Ricky fruit.
I will say you were all fruits. The only one that I saw differently, other than Ricky, was Kyle, and Kyle's costume looked like Brian dressed up as Peanut Butter Jelly Time.
Yeah.
That's what I saw.
Kyle made a lot of modifications. Like I looked like in the middle of the day, I was like, that does not look like a banana anymore. It just looks like a high school bully from the 90s, you know?
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's peanut butter jelly time.
what was the context of the puppet?
We have desperately wanted to do puppets up on the desk ever since the weird part of the night, like 3 years ago. And every 3 months, we just threaten to do puppets. And we just have not had enough courage to like ask for forgiveness rather than permission. And Ricky just went for it because he's like, we're dressing up, let's do something weird. So for fans of the NHL Brett Zone YouTube channel, if you haven't gotten to it yet, middle of the 12-hour stream is tiny segments of puppets. So it's
yeah. And anybody that has never seen behind the desk where they sit, there is a lot of room underneath that desk when there's not like wires and stuff.
No,
So
don't give away the magician's secret.
Well, no, I'm just saying there's a lot of room to do puppets. Like, it's not like they're behind like a computer desk. It's like there's a lot of room under there for you to just sit there with a puppet above the desk.
I'll give you. So we've had 2 puppetry like concepts, and I'm sorry, I'm just completely taking over.
No, that's the whole point of this episode.
This is the October review.
This is terrible. And I'm sorry. So okay, concept number 1. We built. Actually, Chris has this in his basement. He built Austin Bot 3000. Have I told you about Austin Bot?
This sounds incredible.
Okay. All right. So like back in the day, like 50 Day Street, Austin would be the announcer for the fights, and Austin is like, he just degaffs so hard when he's on the microphone. Like, he would just be so exasperated in fights that were just going on for too long or whatever. He would just say things like, "There's 2 minutes left. Just tap out. Your wheel is gone. Just tap out. What are you doing?" You know? Like, he would just be so exasperated, and like we would watch old streams and just like crack up because like Austin's great, right? So we wanted to build Austin Bot 3000, who would just be antagonistic, you know, like on the stream, just say all sorts of really like inappropriate things that, and we would, you know, we'd scold it, you know, like Austin Bot, that is not nice. Austin Bot, that is a child. Like, that child is trying very hard, you know.
Oh, I love this concept. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Except he'd have kind of like a robotic voice, you know, and he'd be like,
even if you didn't do it as Austin, even if it was just another puppet or another thing that did that is such an awesome concept. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
The concept would be like Austin downloaded his consciousness into an AI and put it into like this totally metal, like he looks like Mystery Science Theater, you know, like puppets. Anyway, so that's in Chris's basement.
You gotta go in the opposite. You gotta go in the opposite direction. Just make it a very boxy cardboard robot that you download his consciousness. Like, it's not even a good robot.
Yeah. And then our second concept, which I absolutely love, would be every once in a while, about 10 hours into the stream, it would just switch over to like a scale model puppet, like diorama of us on the desk just talking, and we would never address it at all. We would just like continue to call the fight as normal, or like, you know, we're just talking. And if you just had it on in the background, you'd have no idea that there were puppets on the screen. And then like it would switch back to just us, and it would kind of like go in and out, like kind of phase in and out, like you were on mushrooms or something watching.
Yeah,
this is a good idea.
Who put LSD in my water?
But the most important thing is we could never, ever, ever address that we were puppets, like for 30 seconds at a time, you know? And just people would be baffled. So, listen, I'll tll you this. The Autobots would never be this brave, okay?
No. No, definitely not.
Is that how you pitch it? Be like, you know what? BattleBots wouldn't do this. That's why we should totally do it.
No, and the puppets have to be like not even. It have to be the opposite of like the cardboard one. It have to be like the most detailed, tiny little puppet. So it's almost like you forgot to put your glasses on and everything is blurry, and you're like, what?
Yes. like we would make little miniature outfits that matched our outfits perfectly.
Yep.
The whole thing, literally like tiny little the logo, behind us, really tiny. It's perfect. I still think it's a really viable concept, and maybe someday we're gonna do it. One can
Can't
hope.
believe you just called out Trey like that, saying that they won't do this.
Okay.
Oh, what, BattleBots?
I don't know. That's a whole other.
No, this is
other.
large. I understand why BattleBots would never do this, and I think you absolutely should do this because this sounds incredible.
Well,
yeah.
Who knows if BattleBots is ever going to do anything ever again? As I take a sip of
No,
water.
don't say that.
Hey,
I still believe.
a 30-minute episode of Remars from 2022. Okay, that's
Wait.
they're trying.
Okay, they
Justin.
did just do the full face-offs and upload that a few days ago. So they are still doing stuff.
Luke,
However,
are you ready? Luke, are you ready to admit that you kind of missed being there till 1 a.m. and being so tired that you can't, that everything is just silly and becoming the weirdest?
Like magic ninja dust at 1
Yes.
a.m.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, starving at 1 a.m., totally dehydrated. Being baked, literally coming out a different shade of tan, because the light is so bright.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. This. Yeah.
Talk about dehydrated. Is it a thing downstairs? It's a thing in the pits. I've always noticed the day after an event. I think it's being up in the pits. It's very dehydrating. Is it the same thing downstairs? I drink 3 gallons of water a day during a competition. Is it the same thing downstairs?
Yes. Yeah. No, I'm drinking 3 gallons, but I'm not peeing at all. It's just going into my body.
Yeah.
I should be drinking 4 gallons,
Well, it's a gigantic space with fans all around, and there's a lot of people moving, and it's very dehydrating. It's very not great. There's a reason why we tell builders to just drink water continuously, and we have water that we provide and all that kind of stuff. So
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, Thomas. Hydrate or dihydrate. I like that. So before we get into talking about the fights themselves, Ryan, you have a brand new game for us. So
I
if
do.
you want to take a nice little trip over to Ryan's Game Corner.
I figured tonight might be a good time to try out a new game concept with everybody. So I call this the pitch room. How this is going to work is I have written up 5 prompts for robots. They are going to be basically, builders have come to me with these prompts and they need names. They need names for the robots. I love names for robots. And I want each of you to propose me a name for this robot, and I'm going to pick the one that I enjoy the most and bring it back to my client. All right? Maybe we'll even put it up in our Discord for everybody to decide who had the best names, but for right now, I'm going to decide how
You can make polls.
Yeah, we'll make polls. Okay, so the first one that I have is a very familiar client. Jameson Go and Aaron Fan have created a new robot for fun. It consists of 3 flying drone robots with magnets suspended underneath.
Oh no.
And they want it to be part of the ham line. They need a name for this robot.
It's 3 drones with magnets, and it needs to be a ham-type name.
Yes.
I'm going to put a clock swipe right here while we all take some time to think about it.
We could together propose names and we'll see how this game goes. So, does anyone have any thoughts for
3
names?
little pigs.
All right.
3 little.
There's
Okay.
3
I
of
think
them.
it's something around like pigs and flying,
Yeah. Yeah.
When pigs
can't
fly.
Ooh, when pigs fly.
Oh, my first thought was not so much like I was taking like the three pigs as a fairy tale kind of thing, and I was going in that direction, and I was going to say the flying monkeys.
I like the flying monkeys. I think it's like departing from the ham line, but I do like flying monkeys. Thomas, do you have a proposal for me?
Jameson goes super awesome pig themed robot for 3 people. That's my name.
Oh, okay. I'm personally gonna go with Luke here. I like when pigs fly. I like it a lot. But okay, so that's how the game's gonna go. That's round 1.
Thomas, you need to type that name out and send it to me so I can put it in the poll, because I am not remembering that entire name.
You think I remember?
Okay. The second proposition I have here is yet another familiar name to everybody. Team Honeycraft has created a new 30-pound robot. It's a Thagomizer-style robot, similar to Maximizer. It's driven by Liam, and it follows the usual black and yellow color scheme. So
I'm calling it before anybody else says it.
Good.
Okay.
We had a whole conversation with Zoe about having a bot called Vedro. So as soon as you're like Honeycracked and then it has this, I was like, oh, I'm gonna say it.
I feel like it's got to be like a Beamizer or something, or like Honey Miser.
I don't know. Honey Miser. Honey Miser's got a ring to it.
Honey Miser. You gotta have the Iser on it, you know? Like, that's important.
I like Honeywhack.
Thagomizer, Maximizer. Honeywhacked I do like too. Honeywhacked has like it's it could have like a little like somebody hitting a hornet's nest with like with a bat. Thomas, what are you thinking? You are the
Honeycrack's amazing Thagomizer robot has.
No. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be better. Oh wait, this is a simple one. Jake's robot, but good.
That's brutal. That is brutal. That is.
I love it, Jake.
Yes, but he's staying on brand of his the heel, the podcast heel. So
I think I'm gonna go with Honeywhacked. I like Honeywhacked. It's really good. I like I'm even like visualizing like the symbol for it and everything like that. I like Honeywhacked. Okay, moving on to the first Actually, you know what? We'll put the last familiar one. The Papazian siblings are looking to add on to their roster next year. They have decided to build a new shell spinner beetle wing. They really want to add on to either the Turbo line or make a follow-up for Mako. This is a very excellent episode this week, Luke, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
Those Papazians are so charming.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're like awesome people.
They're like the nicest people I've ever met from Connecticut.
Yeah. Ouch.
I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that at all.
I'm going to say Thresher, staying with the shark and the Thresher because it like spins and hits. So that's mine for that.
Really good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Justin and I have a thing with sharks too. We had when we were younger, we had this book that we used to read. I'm going off on a tangent. Well, everybody should not
have been reading at the age that we were reading.
It was this really weird old book about this guy who was like hunting down sharks and everything like that. And it became this whole thing between us. Like, we used to have this book and it disappeared. It went somewhere. We don't know where it went. One year, I decided to look it up to see if we could find it. And I looked it up and I found it and I bought it for Justin for Christmas that year. and got the exact copy of it and everything like that. How much does it cost now, Justin? How much is this little book worth? It was
it's over $100.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's over $100.
Yeah.
It's called Killer Sharks: The Real Story by Brad Matthews. And the whole thing of the book is that he was on the SS Indianapolis, the one that delivered the nuclear bomb before it was dropped, the one that sank, and then the sharks ate like a whole bunch of the people that were in the water for as long as they were. And he writes about that whole entire experience. He writes about like people getting their entire bottom halves eaten off, and then him like going to grab onto them, and them like the book is like bloody as hell. It's and then he goes on from that experience and decides he wants to learn everything he can about sharks. So it's this whole journey he takes. And then I don't want to spoil it for anyone that it's very hard. You can't read this. It's not available online as digital at all. It's a very limited release book, but it gets into the fantastical because he starts writing at the end about finding this like islands and meeting this tribe, and the tribe like worships a megalodon, and then he does like this ceremony with them, and they call it like a megalodon, and he sees a megalodon for real. And I don't know, it's a crazy book, but
Wait.
we used to read this book.
The Killer Shark?
It's called Killer Sharks: The Real Story, and it's by Brad Matthews. It's from 1976.
Wow.
Well, I'm gonna pick my robot name.
Go for it. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. Go for it, Thomas.
It's a shell spinner / full body spinner. So we all know the most famous Blendo, so I'm gonna go with Blendo Friendo.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, all right.
I love it.
I'm gonna go with Shell Shark. Because it's like Shell Shock, but it's Shell Shark, alright? It's sharks and shells together.
I like all three of these, but Thomas blew it out of the park. Blew it out of the park.
I had to make up for my awful first two names.
You were saving up for that last one.
I've used all my brain cells.
Okay, I think I'll do one or two more. Are we enjoying it? We'll do one or two more.
Right now I think we're at a tie.
Yeah. Okay, so a new builder is building a 12-pound robot. It's a lifter with a heavy focus on armor. The builder claims they designed it to be unkillable. They're looking for something focused around some sort of mythological beast. We need names.
Ooh, what? See, that's mythological beasts are a very popular theme for robot names. So this is hard in the way of like not thinking about a name, but thinking about a name that hasn't been taken yet.
Wait, is this? You said it's a first-time robot builder?
So they're looking for a brand new name. So it's not like it doesn't follow like a Honeycracked or anything like that.
No, but like they've never built a robot before.
Nope.
Okay. And it's unkillable.
They claim it's unkillable.
God, what? I have to think of the name of the person I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to remember what.
Icarus.
Icarus is very interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
Because it's first time robot is gonna die.
Icarus. Oh. So you took the unkillable and just pivoted right away from it.
Oh,
right at the it's unkillable, so it's gonna die, and just went off into something.
This isn't a name that they pick for themselves. This is one that I'm giving them.
Okay.
Just because they called it unkillable.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with Fenrir, the unkillable wolf from Norse mythology.
Okay. Fenrir is good.
Has there been?
I knew I said that wrong. I don't know.
Hold on. Let me look this up.
Here.
Fenrir, built by J. O'Donnell from Manchester, New Hampshire.
See, this is the problem. This is the problem. You have it, and you're like, has it already been one? Oh no, that's been this is hard.
All right.
I didn't think about that layer onto the game. I like the rule. It can't be anything that's used before. I like it.
All right, let's see. Strongest mythological character, gotta be like Atlas, all right? Like holding, like lifting up the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you're a lifter, you know, like you want to be able to lift anything.
That's a good name.
Yeah, Atlas is a great name.
I do like
scary
Atlas.
Boston Dynamics robot.
Yeah, that's not a combat. Well,
Anything from Boston Dynamics can be a combat
Will be a
robot
combat
if
robot.
you believe.
but at
Okay.
the moment, as of recording, it's not.
I had to look up and make sure that it was not taken, but Achilles. Achilles has not been taken.
Achilles really hasn't been taken before?
Not that I've seen. Maybe I've spelt it wrong, but
Achilles, built by Joshua Valiente,
Wait, I saw it!
Florida.
Don't you know Luke has the big master
He
sheet?
has the Pokédex.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
Running out of time.
There's a bunch of these on here that I'm looking at a list and I'm like, I don't know how to pronounce any of these. Hecton cherries. Hecatona cherries? I don't know how to pronounce this. It's from Greek mythology.
Okay.
It's the
think that's
giant
original.
with 100 hands.
So that sounds also extremely hard for us to pronounce at the desk too. It sounds terrible. Just be like hecka something. Come to the desk right now, please, hecka. So Thomas, what was yours again?
Icarus.
Okay, so we have Atlas, Icarus, and hecka
And then-
something.
Hecatoncheires. Hecatoncheires.
I'm gonna have to go with Atlas.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go with Atlas. I think I
That's a
like
good
the
one.
lifter. I think I would pick Atlas. I'm shocked that Atlas and Icarus has never been taken yet.
Well, Luke has the book. He could just
Yeah.
not be saying that it's a robot. Knowing that we can't fact check him.
It would be crazy if there was a robot named Icarus, because like you're just right out of the gate, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get too much hubris, and I'm gonna crash and burn.
Now I'm gonna make a flame bot and call it Icarus.
Oh,
that's
That's
a good
even
robot.
worse.
Oh, wait, you could be the sun, and everyone else.
No, make it have a wedge that goes over people, and then you just melt the wedge onto people. And
Yeah.
then you can just...
We haven't
No.
had enough wax robots yet.
Yes, yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the ladybug one? from
Megatento.
Megatento, yeah.
Do a
Except it turns it
Megatento.
into a vacuum former, and it
No,
fuses
No.
around the robot.
do a Megatento, but with a flamethrower poking through the top. So you put it over them and then flamethrower.
Isn't that like just a more accurate Dutch oven, basically?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that it becomes the sun. 'Cause it's
Okay.
like a shell, and then
Yeah.
it becomes the sun.
Yeah. A kiln.
Yes.
Okay, I have one last one, and then we'll move on talking about October. Another new builder is building their very first Beetle weight, and I had this idea today. I'm the new builder. I was thinking about this today. They have a
Ryan's the
budget.
client.
They have a budget. All they have to work off of it is to build off of one of those RC stunt cars with a central servo that makes it twist in the middle. Do you know what I'm picturing? What I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah, Bates.
The builder also doesn't want to build anything with a dangerous spinning weapon on it. So budget in it. The main thing is it twists. It's got like this twisting servo in the middle.
So it's just a little guy.
It's just a little guy.
Well, I'm gonna go with just a little guy.
Okay, I like just a little guy.
Just a little guy.
Just a little guy. There's no
I
dangerous
have to
weapon.
Google this.
All lowercase letters. Just a little guy.
Yeah. I was also considering happy to be here, but I think just a little guy, it's better.
I think that's
I am-
adorable.
My name for it is Bill Harding.
Bill Harding?
Yes. Do you know
Who's-
who that is?
I don't know who Bill Harding is. No.
That's Bill Paxton's character from Twister.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
pretty
Okay.
good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna throw my vote behind just a little guy.
When we announce it on the microphone, we have to say it really quiet.
Yeah,
Like,
Just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Can we please have Shred It Bro to the desk and just a little guy? Just a little guy. Obviously, I'm picking just a little guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm picking just a little guy. Okay. I feel like
Builders are happy. We've helped them pick their names.
we are at, I think Thomas winning at this point, right?
No way.
I believe so. Yes.
I think Thomas took it away. All right, we'll put up a poll in the Discord. If anybody wants to decide that they have a better idea of who won this game, go for it. We'll put
I
it
do
there.
think that we should say, we didn't copyright any of this name, so if you want to
Oh, you can take
yeah.
it.
a little robot
yeah.
and just call it just a little guy, that's fine. We should do that.
Someone please make just a little guy.
I want just a little guy so bad. I just want to see just a little guy. It doesn't have to be that robot I described. It just has to be just a little guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Havoc fans, love what you hear on the Havoc Rundown. Want to support the show and get more exclusive content? Head on over to buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown. Again, that's buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown and show us some love. Every dollar you give helps keep the chaos coming your way. You want some more exclusive content? Join us on Patreon and unlock exclusive audio clips, behind-the-scenes content, and full transcripts from every episode. Dive deeper into the Havoc and be part of the Rundown community. You can even join our Discord. And for all of you merch lovers out there, we are teamed up with robotsruinmylife.com, which is a combat robotic merchandise store. For our official t-shirts and future merchandise, you can check it out there. It's the perfect way to wear your love for the Havoc Rundown loud and proud. So what are you waiting for? Fuel the Havoc at buymeacoffee.com/the Havoc Rundown. Join the Inner Circle on Patreon and grab your gear at robotsruinmylife.com. Thanks for listening, and as always, stay chaotic.
All right.
So yeah, October. I think it was a great event.
Yeah, so October was pretty good. Ryan, it was your first full-time gig at assigning cages because we didn't have Tony. So that was a little bit stressful. It was also a first for us with we tried out the buzzers upstairs. Luke, I'm not sure if you knew that, but we were trying out some restaurant buzzers to call up the 12s and 30s. It was a mixed bag because some people reported that the buzzers were not powerful enough and they didn't feel them go off. And then it's also a whole thing about you have to type in a number and remember which number is assigned to which bot, and it's a whole thing. So, but the takeaway from that is we are trying very hard to define or redefine our system of getting bots up so we can get fights downstairs faster. And that is one step in working on that and trying to get that better. So, but that is what was happening in the pit desk. Luke, you were in the center of the action for a good portion of the day. How do you feel October went? What are your thoughts on the event?
I loved October. I think going into October, there was just this real sense from those of us who really closely watched the stats that it was this is going to be as competitive as the finals. There are so many really good, specifically beetle weights that were top ranked and had not yet qualified. And it felt like October 2025, which I know we're going to be talking about 2025, I would die on this hill. I think that the last event before the finals should just be for robots that have not yet qualified and that are top ranked. We should have one event where we don't have any new robots. We just have robots that are trying to get in. And if you end in the top 4, you are in. And it sounds brutal because, I mean, of course, you want to have new builders every time, and you want to give returning veterans lots of chances. But it did feel a lot like we should just kind of put greater stakes on the last chance, or there should be like some kind of wild card to get in or something like that. Because just like looking at the roster was like, that somebody in the top 25 is going to go to the finals. We should just kind of create a last chance tournament for them specifically.
Yeah, it must have been rough if you were a new builder. We were seeing at the safety meeting, the builders meeting, everyone who was a new builder or either new builder or new to NHRL would raise their hand, and there were quite a few. I do not envy their position fighting the best of the best robots outside a championship.
Yeah.
I will say there was one bot that was a new bot, as far as I know, is a new bot to NHRL that impressed the hell out of me, and that's Wazoo. I am pronouncing it wrong. I pronounced it wrong all day long. That bot is like, it's a top spinning sort of shell spinner kind of thing, but it is less than an inch tall. It was impressive as all hell. The first time they showed it to me, I was like, is that like half the robot there? Do you not like, how is it that compact? It was beautifully made. It was like,
there is spinning on it. It's wonderful.
I love all robots at NHRL, but there are some robots nowadays that you look at and you just know that the person that put that together, especially Beetleweight, that put that robot together, that looks that clean, that well made, is someone that has a special mind for engineering, a special mind for designing. And that robot was like the most impressive thing to me all day long.
I will make note, Ryan, that not only was it impressive, but they beat Puka in the first round of the bracket.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And Puka was your champion pick for Beetleweights going into this event.
Puka, David Smalls is an extremely talented robot builder, and Puka is like one of the best Beetleweights that doesn't get talked about enough as far as I'm concerned. And I mean, that's partly because David doesn't come to NHRL that often, but when he does come, Puka is a force to be reckoned with, and this robot took him down, and that's wow. And
then it lost to Monkfish, which I will argue that Monkfish's design was probably one of the biggest counters to what Wazoo was designed to do. So that matchup right there, the fact that they lost, and it was a loss to as a KO and not even a loss as a judge's decision, like, Wazoo did a hell of a job, and it was a beautiful robot. So I am looking forward to seeing them bring that thing back.
Yeah. I also do have to say, I asked them if they happened to know what the tallest mountain in the Netherlands was when I saw them there. It turns out we were both wrong. The highest mountain in Netherlands is 322.4 meters. It's the Valseberg. It's on the very southernmost portion of the country.
322 meters is how many feet?
Just over 1,000. It barely meets the definition of a mountain. It's a very flat country.
Yes. This has been Thomas's geography lesson for the day. I don't know. That was a weird side note, Thomas. Thank you for that.
Just in case they happen to be listening, I had to make a correction.
Oh, okay.
I feel like you could climb and descend 1,000-foot mountain in about 90 minutes.
Yeah, easily.
You don't even have to pack water. You just like, I'll just get it in the car when I get back.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Norse Vikings from the Netherlands don't look as impressive to me anymore. They're just like, that's a mountain.
Yeah. I really loved Wyo. It's like Wyoming without the thing.
Wyo.
Wyo.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was just one of those robots where, like, do you ever see those paintings on the internet where, like, you zoom in and then, like, it gets more detailed and you zoom in and it gets more detailed and you zoom out, you know? And it was like, the closer and closer I got to the bot, I was like, oh my god, it's getting more complex.
It was incredible how small some of those parts were.
When you flip it over, he had to cut out from his bottom plates a little bit of space. Like, his batteries are literally like 1 micrometer above the ground. Like, you could see his batteries. He had to cut out so that he could smush them in, you know? And like, he was telling me on Friday, he's like, I've never been flipped. If I'm flipped, I am effed. And I don't think I'm going to get flipped. And I was just looking at him like, you're going to get flipped. I know you are. I'm just waiting for it to happen, you know? And it never did. That robot's amazing. Like, it is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's like as big as a dinner plate because it's so thin, and it's just a marvel. Like you could see these like little like cutouts, these little like etches in the billet frame, and then like the whole mechanism kind of like locked it all together. Gorgeous.
You that mentioned that if you're coming all the way over from like a different country, you're pretty much the best of the best, and you've already conquered everybody in your own country, and now you have to go to NHRL. That was very accurate as to what their boat robot was.
I feel like it's a very expensive trip to come over for like what amounts to a long weekend, and just speed run it. Just go to NHRL, you know, because like YL would have taken home first place at literally any other league that was happening that weekend in America, and just happened to go up against one of the scariest 3-pounders we've ever seen at the league with Monkfish and Rachel de Guzman.
Yeah.
So I would say like too, the other thing is like Tim Bowens built Ominous on BattleBots, and like Ominous and you know, like we on Team Shreddit, you know, like we have kind of a special bond with Ominous because that was our first match of the season against them, and it's just cool to see like this builder really build something amazing, because Ominous was amazing, YU is amazing.
I didn't even realize that's who that was.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I don't know, like the BattleBots like mouth breather fans can be pretty brutal, you know? Like they have a lot of preconceived notions about Shreddit Bro, about Ominous, about Kraken, about like all of these other kind of like robots that don't have the best track record at BattleBots. But it's cool to see like, now actually if you were more connected to the sport, you'd see like this is actually a really incredible builder. So a little bit of vindication, I think, for Ominous.
Right.
Well, it's BattleBots is crazy because BattleBots is like if you took only one NHRL a year and then you based every single builder who showed up on that, and if you take like even the event last year that the event happened with Lynx, you would think, oh, Lynx is a terrible robot. What are you talking about? What's going on? What are you talking about? Even this one, like, there were so many really good robots that are, like, Puka. Puka's all the way down there. Who else do we have that didn't really fully go up? I mean...
Voxel V1.
V1.
Got taken out by Mako.
Yeah, and they're all, like, 1,000%. If you brought that to any other normal competition, it would wipe the floor. But it's NHRL October. This was the big... This is actually maybe the big open finals of the year of, like, everybody's, like, best robots. It was a good event. I love this event so much.
Yeah.
I loved Slam Plan. Slam Plan was the best. My favorite part of Slam Plan was all day long seeing no top or bottom cover on that robot and him he just used duct tape all the way around it, and that was how he was holding everything in the Slam Plan, and it kept surviving. And I was like, please make that a thing, so that instead of people attaching top plates onto robots, it's like, oh, just put some duct tape on it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Slam Plan survived. You'll survive. Don't worry about it.
And then instead of hearing, I'm putting my top plate on, so I'm wrapping it in duct tape. It's fine. Yeah. I'm wrapping it in duct tape. It'll take 2 seconds. I would love to see a duct tape robot. That would be amazing. Just like the Mythbusters, like duct tape boat or duct tape bridge. Just a duct tape robot.
Yeah. That could work.
It was great to see Brendan Steele back with Slam Plan. We had seen him earlier in the year at Motorama. I didn't catch any of the 12-pound fights at Motorama. I feel like Slam Plan went pretty far. Do you guys remember?
No.
Like, in my head canon, I feel like Slam Plan won Motorama this year in the 12s. But someone's going to have to correct me on the Discord if I'm wrong. I literally saw none of the big box fights this year at Moto. But, like, it's a great robot. Like, he has the full support of Team Huge. You know, he pitted for Team Huge on Season 7 of BattleBots. He built Big-ish before building Ramplan. He's a great builder. And his parents flew out and everything to, like, come and see him. Like, that must just be so thrilling to have supportive parents. In general, but specifically in robotics.
Well, that's like, there's a lot of families that were there. I mean, like, my favorite, of course, is Lars' mother. My favorite person in the pits at all times, especially since she loves to find more time for Impact by coming up to the desk and distracting us with small talk. And it's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Well, Lars is doing fine, but how are you guys? And Luke, I will say that you remember that right. Motorama 2024 Hobbyweight 12-pound. Slam Plan won first, Bumble Blitz second, and Voxel 12-pound won third.
Amazing.
So you were remembering that correctly. He did take Hobbyweight 12-pound from Motorama.
Back to Impact, I am like so stoked that Lars got an invitation to the championship. Cannot wait to see him in December. It has been a goal of his to get an invitation to the finals, just consistently throughout his career. And it's cool that he's going to be there in 2024. I am similarly, just absolutely love his parents. Like, it is just amazing to see how supportive they are of their son and his hobby and his sports, and how they drive him all over the country so that he can get better and better. It's just awesome. I just love to see so much family support in the pits.
Yeah. Do we ever? We have an interesting. Did we ever tell you the first time we ever met Lars, Luke?
No.
So the first time we ever met Lars, it was our first competition that we were not watching, and it was the first time we had ever built a robot. We built a harvester and we brought it, and we were there, I believe, Friday night, and we were trying to get it through safety, and we were doing stuff in safety, and we're working very, very hard on this robot. And Lars comes over to our table, and he's watching us for a little bit, and then he turns and he starts asking a question about the robot, and we're like, yeah, and we're like constantly like, yeah. Like, we're trying to answer this question as we're like frantically trying to work on the robot, and then he starts telling us, oh, well, that's gonna break, and we're like, dude, who are you? Why are you telling us? Like, this is our first time. Why are you telling us our robot sucks?
Yeah.
Which he wasn't telling. He was trying to help, but it was very much like, this is our first time. Why are you telling us these things?
Yeah.
So that was our first ever experience with Lars.
The first time that Lars ever showed up to NHRL, Kyle came to us beforehand, and he was like, listen, there's this kid. He's like 14. He's in the fields, and he is terrifying. He is such a good driver. And like his like reputation preceded him, you know, like in the like kind of pre-NHL days, like you've got to be pretty dedicated to your sport to be driving out to like fight in farms and stuff in Pennsylvania, and you know, like fighting in community centers in Maryland and stuff. And Kyle had seen his fights before and watched him, and he was just like, this kid is incredible, a really incredible driver. And it's just been cool to see him build his own custom robot, really kind of build up a whole community around him, like build up a really solid friend group of friendships that are going to last for a really long time. Like that team, those like kind of like young builders who hang out with Lars, like they just really, really love each other so much. And like for them, their hangout time, because they're all over the country, are at these competitions. And it's just really cool to see them building that community organically and really kind of finding their people, which is awesome.
Yep.
I think another one of my favorite things for the day is Aries winning the 30 pounds too.
That was wild.
They did such a damn good job all day long. All the kids
knocking out Warhard.
Knocking out Warhard. I mean, we had some heavy hits in the 30s, and Aries was like, the first time that they came in, was like, okay, that's a decent bot. It's from MIT. It's a decent bot. But Aries is looking good for finals. Aries is doing good. All the MIT kids now, I'm starting to like know who they are and everything like that. They have like the cool jerseys now and everything. I think MIT is here to stay and is going to start really challenging that like WPI like solid core that is established. And I think MIT next year is going to grow into something even bigger next year. But Aries was looking damn good this year and at this event. Ghoul got into finals. I mean, it's 30 finals, but Ghoul got into finals like I was talking about.
Ghoul is gorgeous, and we had talked about this on our pre-event episode, but the amount of work that he threw in from, what was the pumpkin, the original one?
Smack-O-Lantern.
The difference between Smack-O-Lantern and Ghoul, and just the amount of work that he put into that, making Ghoul look like it did, was just amazing. And seeing that thing in person was so cool. And the fact that he got in, like, again, you said there's 30, but still, like, he got into the 30 finals, and it's awesome. So I can't wait to see him in December.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of 30s, like, gotta give a shout out to Mr. Roper. All right. I've been saying this all year round, like all year long. Like, I knew he was gonna make it into the championship. I knew it.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Yeah.
Like it surprised me 0% when he made it in. Like Mr. Roper is a really tough control bot, and like it self-writes, it's zippy, it's shovey, it's great.
Now what I really want though is for him to send it to the builder behind. The name is escaping me. The builder that builds. Now I'm forgetting the names of the robots. The really good control robots. I can't think of their names. Kevin Milcheski.
Yeah.
He needs to send it to Kevin Milcheski and be like, okay, remake Mr. Roper so it is...
Don't remake. Just take my drivetrain out and put your drivetrain in.
Yes.
And then we're not going to tell anyone. I'm just going to show up at an event with your drivetrain in Mr. Roper, and then just watch everyone's jaws drop to the floor as Mr. Roper goes from one side of the cage to the other in less than a second.
Just slam somebody against the wall. Just body slamming with Mr. Roper.
I mean, his drivetrain's not bad. He was showing me before the event that he had changed like the center point on where all the weight was and moved it up front of it. So there was a lot of weight up front, so there was not much giving him any traction. Whereas previously, it would keep his robot from like flipping backwards, which he achieved, but now it just doesn't have the grip. So if he goes back to the previous weight distribution or goes for the middle, I mean, it's a good bot. If he was able to qualify in probably the least driving power configuration of the season, I mean, if he goes back, I think he's got a pretty good chance to get some knockouts.
Yeah,
and he's going to Motorama too, and I really want.
My God.
We're all going to Motorama, and I want to go to Motorama as Mr. Roper's groupies, or not groupies, as like roadies.
I'm
he
there.
wants us to control the arms.
The full roadie outfit with like long like roadie wigs, and just like show up and be next to him doing the arms and everything.
Motorama is not ready for what Mr. Roper is about to do to the field.
Yeah, I want one of us on either side of him while he drives, and we just one of us is controlling each arm. That would be amazing.
I am going to ask for a weapon tip speed check on Mr. Roper, though, because it might be too dangerous.
Those Pennsylvania yokels in the audience have no idea what they're about to see. All right, It's an awesome robot. I think I think that we kind of reinforce this. We kind of trick ourselves into thinking like the best robot looks like Lynx or Silent Spring or Ares or Warheart XXL, you know, and that if you want to be successful, you have to make it look like that. And you take a look at the defense on a Craftsman toolbox, like, it's like, up until recently, Mr. Roper had never been knocked out. It just like it's like hard to control. Like, it can immediately flip itself back. It doesn't take damage, other than those little like kind of front teeth getting knocked off, you know?
Yeah.
But like the actual body, like no one's been able to like cut through it and get to the battery, like or anything like that.
Right.
It's a great robot. So yeah, I don't know. I love that he's kind of redefining success in the 30s, because I don't like a huge part of this sport is just being memorable and building a brand and having fans. Like, there are kids who are coming to NHL specifically to see Mr. Roper. There are people on the YouTube live chat that are like, when is Mr. Roper showing up? Is Mr. Roper here? You know, like, that's awesome. So
plus the little signs that he does, that is genius. It's just tongue depressors and paper.
People have to, like, I don't know. I just feel like we've got to embrace, like, the kind of professional wrestling side of this, the performative side of this sport. Like, dress up as a lounge singer, come with a little fake microphone, try and get on the air as much as you can, you know, like, just constantly be branding yourself, you know. You could sell 10 times more like, you can make 10 times more money in merch than you could like winning a golden dumpster, you know. So yeah, Mr. Roper,
good luck, Motorama. That's all I can say.
I do want to say, like, to kind of get us back to the threes, like, I was just really impressed with Turbo Fiend at the competition.
Yep.
Like, I said it on our show this week, but, like, the Papazians, they're local, so they just drive in Saturday morning and they drive home Saturday night. And the whole time that they're in the building, like, we only see them, like us, up on the desk. We only see them inside of the box. So we knew nothing about the Papazians, and they're just, like, so wonderful. And, like, it's one of these things that we've got to fix, you know? Like, how do we learn the kind of, like, Connecticut builders stories when they don't show up Friday? And like, I was telling Julian before we recorded, I was like, we have called, I don't know, 50 Silent Spring fights. We've called probably 20 Psycho fights. We've called easily 50 Megatron fights. we know the kind of vital statistics on Jameson Go, but we have never hung out with him socially because he shows up Saturday and he's gone. You know, like, it's not like
Yeah.
at the end of the night, you know, at 11 p.m. and as he's packing up Megatron, I can come over and be like, so, like, tell me about your childhood. You know, like, you can't do that. You know, so like I know Jameson intimately as an athlete, but know virtually nothing about him personally, which is just like, it's a huge blind spot for us, like, on the production. So
I really want to get Jameson on before finals, because I feel like he will be a very interesting conversation. I have a lot of things I want to ask him about, even specifically as an NHRL builder, because Jameson Go is this very interesting story right now of somebody that has been made into this mythological, like, greatest of all time and everything like that.
True.
But at the same time, like, he has this, like, everybody is aiming for Jameson Go, but the problem is, like, Jameson Go also wants to just have fun fighting robots most of the time. And he says that a lot, and it's just like, it's got to be a very interesting, like, what is that dichotomy when Jameson Go is by himself or hanging out with his non-bot friends or whatever, and, like, how does he think about that? Like, it's got to be, like, partly hard and partly, like, very fun and cool. Like, I can imagine that he's got a lot of thoughts on, like, what the league looks like from, like, up here on the mountaintop kind of thing. Especially, like, does he want to be up there? Would he just rather be like, yeah, everybody else take a turn and I'll be over here having fun making hams for a year and that's it? Like, I think it's a very interesting thing. And also, I want to know what Jameson Go does when he's not building robots all day long. And I mean, like, I was listening once again to your podcast today, and the fact that Dima plays video games all the time.
No way.
And that's how she is, like, so damn good at driving, is because the hand-eye coordination and everything like that is very interesting. Yeah, I think it's cool. I don't have a better way of ending that anecdote, but yeah, it's been a long day.
Yeah, that it has. Yeah, so October was interesting. Was an amazing competition. Look forward. We've talked a little bit about finals and, like, who's going to be in finals. Just quickly, who are you looking forward most to being in finals? And I will kind of go first as far as my thoughts on finals and what I'm looking forward to on finals and who I'd like to see in finals. Honestly, I love you, Matt. I love your robot, but I just want to see someone kick. Why I can't think of his name. Why can't I think of Emulsifier's ass? I just want to see Emulsifier's ass kicked. Again, Matt, I love you. I love the bot, but I just need to see someone win. Just please.
Emulsifier is on a totally different, like, class.
Honestly, Emulsifier is a BattleBot competing at NHRO. Can we just say that? Like,
I think, like, an Ares or a Warhard is going to really give Emulsifier a run for its money in 2024 in a way that he just didn't experience in 2023. You know, to beat Emulsifier, you've got to have an incredibly tough robot. You've got to be able to guarantee that you can go the full 3 minutes. Like, you will take a massive amount of damage. And I think, like, this kind of perennial matchup of Emulsifier and Megatron, it's like Megatron is just a mechanically more complex robot. So, like, there's just more points of failure on Megatron. Like, they've got this big arm that's got all sorts of pins and stuff inside of it, and kind of an axis of movement. You take a look at like Warhard, that thing is just like a sledgehammer, and it's it's so tough. Like that spinner is massive, It's like a 10-pound spinner on like a 30-pound robot. 10 pounds of just the weapon, and then like that's not even counting the weapon motor or anything like that. It's zippy, it's really well driven. Like, I mean, Emulsifier, I think like its kind of weakness is it's like drive quality. Like it's kind of a very offense forward robot, and if you can get around to the side, pop it on its on its side, pop it up against the rail.
Yep. The best way I can explain what you're talking about with Emulsifier is it's very point and click. It's very just like I'm just pointing it. I'm just pointing it at my enemy. As long as I'm pointed at my enemy, like that's fine.
Right.
And it doesn't. I'm not trying to say that Matt is bad at driving. I just want to like preface
He's excellent at driving. He's excellent at driving.
I just want to say we are not saying anything in the slightest about Matt's driving. I'm just saying that Emulsifier has the ability that as long as it's pointed at its opponent, it doesn't need to be zippy. It does not need to drive around and do that. And that's Emulsifier's power, is being able to just, as long as my face is facing forward, I'm good. Again, not saying anything negative about Matt's driving skills.
Yeah. Well, I got a secret for whoever's going to face Emulsifier. I don't know if Matt wants everyone to know this, but all you have to do to beat him is hit his weak spot.
Right.
Yeah.
It's literally so simple.
The thing is also that weapon wins most exchanges that it's in. Like, if you have a weapon on weapon exchange, usually Emulsifier is going to win that exchange, and that is the weight of that weapon and the speed of that weapon, and the fact it's made out of this weird DARPA, probably came off of some alien spaceship that has been declassified yet metal, and it just wins every single one of those. And he knows if he can see somebody coming and go, oh, you're just going to try to get to my side, and he jukes. And he is very good at controlling that robot, which has to be hard as hell to control.
Well, yeah, because it gyros and kind of like pulls up on the sides and stuff. I do think both Jonathan Juarez and Brooke Silver, from Warhard XXL and Ares, respectively, they are weapon-to-weapon people. They love a weapon-to-weapon exchange. I think a lot of like the tide turns with the first hit with Emulsifier. Like either you are damaged and Emulsifier is like now suddenly wildly like swung over toward winning, or you've sent Emulsifier careening into the corner and now it's like trying to get back onto its feet, and if you're fast enough you can really kind of bobble it a bit like up against the rail and stuff.
I have seen in Emulsifier fights, there's been a couple times where you can tell that Matt definitely has that oh crap.
Yeah.
Like, when it gets thrown backwards and he's just trying to get it up on its feet and going again. And it definitely has that energy of like, oh no, okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Yeah, and like four-wheel drive vert is just inherently going to be more maneuverable, and Jonathan Juarez just drives the pants off of his robots. Like, he's an amazing driver, and has a lot of faith in his weapon. He's not one of these people that's trying to kind of chip away at your defenses. Like, he's in here for one-hit knockouts. I hope that they meet really early in the bracket. Like, it would be pretty incredible to see that. See like a real robot like give Emulsifier a run for its money.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
We also have like Red Storm is in there. Synthesis 30 is in there this year. I think the 30 weight class is going to be insane this year. But 12s, Thomas Who's gonna win the 12s?
Blue Marlin, easy. No doubt about it.
Thomas is Blue Marlin's biggest fan.
The fish is hungry.
The fish is hungry this year.
Yep.
Gotta feed the fish.
Feed the fish.
Yeah.
Can we just talk about really quick the disappointment that Beetlejuice is not? Right, she didn't qualify. You know,
Poor Beetlejuice.
she won a dumpster, but she didn't qualify. It's just a giant disappointment. I really, really, really want NHRL to come out and just be like, "Oh, Beetlejuice is in there," and then just like, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
That would be the best.
I mean, they only took 2 robots in the 3s from the Rochester event.
Yeah.
Give it to Beetlejuice. You know, like, come on. She's got a golden dumpster. She's, you know, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
She beat the best of the best. She picked, you know, beat a hand-picked group of the best 3-pounders in the league. I don't know. It's...
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Well, we have Monkfish. Is there? I don't. Is Lynx qualified?
Lynx did not qualify this year.
Is this the first NHRL finals in several years that Lynx didn't qualify for?
I believe so. He was there last year.
Yeah. We had Booty Brigade, but Booty Brigade was last year too.
Yep.
Yeah. No matter what, a new 3-pound champion shall be
crowned.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it should be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking at Lynx's fight history, it last appeared. This cannot be right. September 2023? No, that's not right. Oh no, it is. It is because it didn't make it into the championship in 2023 either. It had to go in as Booty Brigade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're thinking this year. You're thinking of the teams event. It was part of the right. It was part of the teams. Yeah, he was there for the teams event. He was part of but he didn't get to the end of the teams event either.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's just interesting.
Damn.
Like we saw Lynx as like this unbeatable, and now that's how competitive NHRL is. That's how amazing the field that we have is.
Although I do think that if Calvin had decided to bring Lynx in 2024, he would have gotten into the brackets.
Yeah.
I do wonder if you think Caldera is going to take home the Golden Brett in the 3s. You know, it's ranked number 1. It's coming in as the number 1 seed. You know, 32-9 record across 9 events. Yeah,
I mean, even in October, its loss in the bracket was to Turbofiend, who went on to win.
Yeah.
So it lost to the winner. That's something that's not something to turn your nose up at. And Glenn is amazing with that robot. So yeah, I would take that bet. I would definitely say that I could see that happening.
Yeah.
I don't have like a super like person like robot that I think takes away the 3-pound Brett like without question. Like in the past years it would be Lynx, or even like Silent Spring this year was, I mean, it's always been powerful, but it wasn't like, it's had flaws this year. It hasn't like fully like shown up as flawless as before. I think Monkfish would be a good bet too. If I was going to bet on any robot to fully take it this year, it would be Monkfish. But I mean, like, there's so many, like, Chubby Unicorn could take it this year too. Even like robots that really like surprised us this year, like Jelly Baby. Earlier this year, like Jelly Baby really like came out of nowhere and just became this like shot up through the bracket in March. Repeater could come again. Repeater is pretty awesome. I didn't realize that Scurryfest was still in. Yeah, there's so many good beetles this year, and the beetle field has just gotten so powerful. Every single one of these robots deserves to be in finals. There's not a single one of these that I look at and I go, how did they qualify? But like every single one is just a beautifully made machine that has like, to qualify nowadays is basically like, it means something in the beetle weight above like all else. It means something that you like. It means you went to an event and not only did you beat like maybe like 4 or 5 people, you beat like out 100, like almost 100 bots. That's crazy. That's I love it. Yeah.
The Beatles are wild because when you look at these records, it's like, oh, you've had 30 career fights here. You fought in the last 9 events. You have a ton of experience under your belt. You know, it's like almost a toss up. You know, like any one of these robots could take it all of the way. Like I could see a Mako win. I could see a Caldera win. I could see a Silent Spring win. I could see, you know, a Monkfish win. Absolutely. Supreme Ruler. Like, Supreme Ruler has been crushing it. We cannot come up with a viable counter to Supreme Ruler. Like, that robot wins so many matches just because it takes aggression, takes control, and it's just so well piloted. It's just like tough. It's really, really tough to win against Supreme Ruler. I could absolutely see Supreme Ruler taking on the Golden Brett.
It also seems like it does really well in judges' decisions, which you would think for a fire robot wouldn't do very well in judges' decisions, but he tends to come out really well in judges' decisions, especially like super close ones, like the blindside fight and everything. Like he comes out pretty well.
Yep.
I think
it's
the addition
control, you know.
Yeah. The addition of the flamethrower in the middle of it, like, come on.
Yeah. Without the flamethrower, it was like a lot of 8-9 splits. But with the flamethrower, now you're showing aggression. With your weapon, you're taking a lot of aggression points. And it's such a tough robot, it's hard to just hit the body or rip off a wheel, that your opponents, you know, these four-wheel drive verts just are getting manhandled by Supreme Ruler. So yeah.
Wide wins. Wide wins well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those wide bots really... Wide is actually a pretty good counter to like compact 4-wheel drive, it turns out.
Speaking of wide, I mean Clyde is up there.
Yes.
I could totally see a Clyde win. It's really tough. Like, this is an incredibly competitive field. It is our most competitive beetleweight field we've ever seen at championships. And I love that there are still some unconventional robots in there, that there's room for you know, like Monkfish.
But Monkfish is not just unconventional. Monkfish is like unconventional, but has perfected something. It's like it's not like a meme bot at all. It's a like the most threatening thing you could fight in the cage now. I don't want to go against a Monkfish. Like there's no really super good counter to Monkfish. Even against wedges, Monkfish does extremely well. If your wedge isn't powerful enough, isn't like a good enough wedge, Monkfish is going right through that wedge, and it does not care. And the driving on Monkfish is insane too. Yeah.
I do think that there will be robots that we see in December that we will not see in 2025, just due to the rule changes around weight bonuses and stuff like that. So in some ways, this is kind of like the final kind of real competition under the original wacky NHL rule set. And it could nerf the effectiveness of some of these robots.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do you think that this is going to be the last gasp of the Mini, too? Of the Minibot and all that?
I'm going to plead the fifth. All right.
I wasn't asking for like any like behind the scenes information. That's not what I was asking. I was asking like those rules have to change in some way. I mean, like at this point, there's nobody that's not asking for that rule to be changed. And I mean, like,
I'll take off my NHRL like announcer hat, and I'll put on my NHRL superfan hat. And
Luke, we demand that you take off the NHRL hat as you enter the studio here.
Oh, okay,
we take it off as we all take it off as we enter. I mean, like, yes, I'm wearing an NHRL shirt right now, but that's because 90% of my wardrobe is NHRL stuff. Yeah. This is I'm wearing the very old staff shirt, the old like graffiti staff shirt that I love.
Amazing.
Yeah, we demand that hat be taken off.
The original point of the Minibot weight bonus was to increase participation in the sports. You know, like there was somebody who came into a really early NHRL, and like it was an idea that kind of just like stuck, which was like, hey, I drive the 3-pound robot, and then like my kid drives the 1-pound robot, and that's why we should have a 4-pound weight bonus, you know? And like,
right,
you know, like the kid, like it's, you know, like this is like their opportunity to drive with me, and to like, you know, we can bring more kids into the sport. And now I look around at all the Minibot drivers, and I'm like, every single person here can rent a rental car without a penalty. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
why is Nate Franklin next to the bot most of the time? I mean,
right. There's a whole lot of college graduates here that are driving the Minibots, you know? And it's like, when you get to the point where you're like, I mean, like, it's really hard for you to win unless you bring 2 really good drivers, build twice as many robots. Like that takes away from that kind of like original feeling of we're trying to bring more people into the sport. Like that's the point of it.
Right.
I have always said, like, look, if your kid has a 1-pounder, take your kid to an ant weight event so they can drive against other 1-pounders and other kids. You know, like,
I would still like multi-bots to be a thing. Like, I think repeater is like a huge... Repeater seems like you're cheating, but at the same time, I think it's fair and it's good because the amount of work that got put into repeater becoming repeater and being that perfect 2 identical 2-pound robots that are able to get in a cage and fight at the same exact time and be able to both dish out hits that could be dished out by any other full 3-pound robot. Those are beautiful feats of engineering. That's the stuff that it's like, you did multi-bots correctly. That's what the rule, that's what it should be for. But stuff like...
But they should be 1.5 pounds each.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that.
Personally. NHL fan hat. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I hear the argument about wanting to bring your kid to fight the Minibot, but all I see is just like some kid driving a Minibot, they've been dragged, they don't get to fight the real bot, they get stuck in a wall for half the match, and then someone with a giant hurt just turns into dust. And like, wow, this sucks.
Well, at least the judges, there's a lot of judges' rubric that is against that sort of stuff. Is against like a Minibot that just gets put into the cage and drives around in circles now. Like that's not going to help you at all.
No. I mean, the kid just getting the fork stuck in the wall and then they get turned to smithereens.
Yeah.
UFO Joe was the first one. Like, UFO Joe was a year and a half early to Lawyer Ball. Go back, watch early UFO Joe matches at NHRL. It was shocking when we saw UFO Joe arrive. Like, it was like hushed tones in the hallways. They were like, do you see the size of that mini bot? It is barely moving. Like, people used to be bringing like micro machines.
Yes.
And it was we've done Lawyer Ball for pretty long, at NHRL. So it may be the last time that we see some of these robots. Did we talk about the 12s? We've talked about the 30s, the 3s.
I started talking about the 12s and we went back to Beatles again because we all really love Beatles.
Yes.
We just always end up back at Beatles again.
Yes.
I started talking about the 12s.
Yes.
Right now, if I was going to put a bet on 12s right now, my number one, Psycho, my number two, Maximizer, maybe. And then, I really hope Battletoads do really well because I love the Battletoads. Especially, you got to see the newest Battletot?
Let me see. There's Bite Force.
Yep.
What is it called? Is it Bit Force or something? Like what's its little mini name? There's
Same Force. It's Same Force.
Force. Yeah. Okay. There's Ribot, and then the newest one is.
It's Emulsifier. Not Emulsifier. Sorry. It's Bloodsport. It is a perfect Bloodsport.
Alex Pick and Bloodsport, the mini Bloodsport.
It's very adorable.
It's a Bloodsport that I want to just take the battery out of and put it up on a shelf and be like, look, it's a little Bloodsport. It's beautiful.
If I was in charge of the Battletoads, it would be like Bloodsquirt. It would be like Bit Force.
Blood Drop.
Ribot would be like, I don't know. What's smaller than a Ribot? A Ribbit. It would be Ribbit, Come on.
What about Robot with two B's? Robot.
Robot. Yeah. Yeah. I listen, I'm susceptible to recency bias, but I think that Slam Plan might take it in the 12s.
Yeah.
I just saw a great performance from that robot in the 12s. And there are just so many verts with exposed belts in the 12s.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I think it might be time for big wheeled robot supremacy again in December.
Huges do really well in finals.
Yeah, usually. They do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Justin, do you have a favorite?
I don't. I agree with everything you guys say.
I agree.
Yeah.
Justin, I love how this was going to be short little episode.
No,
90 minutes later.
No, I know, and that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think we've come to the end.
Yeah.
Of kind of what we wanted to talk about. Tony, we will get to your questions on the pre-December episode. The two questions we did not get to listener mailbag. I apologize, but Tony will answer those. We will get to them, I promise. But Luke, thank you so much for coming on. It was amazing having you on and talking about October with you. And we are going to be back with our Ricky episode at some point, talking about the rules whenever the rules come out, and then our pre-December episode as well, talking about the field in a little more depth, hopefully with Ashley and Tony back as well. And that, my fellow bot enthusiasts, wraps up another thrilling episode of the Havoc Rundown. Before we sign off, a massive shout out to our incredible listeners. Your passion for robot combat fuels the gears of this podcast, and we're grateful for each and every one of you. As we part out for now, remember to subscribe, rate, and leave your comments. Let us know your favorite moments from today's episode. Share your thoughts on the world of robot combat. We love hearing from you. Stay tuned for more electrifying interviews, behind-the-scenes insights, and the latest from the National Havoc Robot League. Until next time, this is the Pit Control crew and Luke from Behind the Bots signing off from the Havoc Rundown. Keep the sparks flying, and may the gears always turn in your favor. Everyone say goodbye to our wonderful listeners.
Goodbye.
Farewell.
See you later, perhaps forever.